Hello again, everyone. It's Vince Four from TradeWinds.com, and this is our update for July 4th, 2017. Hope everyone's having a great 4th of July holiday. Let's take a quick look at how the markets finished yesterday. Now, it was an interesting day because for the most part, stocks were up and were up quite nicely. The Dow was up 129 points, while the S&P 500 was up 5. Even the Russell was up 13, but the Nasdaq was a completely different story. The Nasdaq market lost 30 points. A lot of those big names continuing to sell off. It looked a lot like, well, at least the headlines were that tech stocks, money was coming out of the techs and going into banks. So tech stocks obviously took a hit yesterday. Bank stocks did go up. Was it really that rotation or is it something else? Who really cares? What matters is what do we face with now and what do we do about it? If you look at the Nasdaq market here, the Nasdaq futures chart, we've now put in a lower high and a lower low. So things have shifted from, new higher highs and higher lows to lower highs and lower lows now. And we're at an interesting point where we're sitting right near this recent pivot low here. If we break through there, obviously the next line of support doesn't come in until about 54.50 here on the Nasdaq, and things can get pretty ugly. There are a number of big names that carry a lot of weight in this index, the likes of Apple and Amazon, for example, Google, that all have similar patterns, are now putting in lower highs, lower lows, and have really started to sell off. So this should be the focus for the next few days. Are we going to breach these previous lows? More importantly, on those individual stocks, are we really breaking down? Let's have a look at a few. And while we do, I want to mention that yesterday there was an error with some data from Nasdaq. Nasdaq's blaming it on the early close and really on the third-party providers, data providers, where the some test data got mixed in with some real data, and that really skewed the quotes. Let's look at Apple, for example. Have a look at Apple here on TOS, showing a high of 646. I mean, that's obviously not real. We had a high of about 145.30, I believe it was yesterday, and settled at 143.50. That is the correct closing quote for Apple. They were down 52 cents. If you look at Amazon yesterday, so if you see these quotes, don't freak out. I mean, it looked like Amazon was down 87% yesterday. Not the case at all. These are not real numbers. Don't freak out. This will all be corrected on the quotes if it hasn't already been, and on many financial sites. So on the Google, Yahoo sites, etc., wherever you normally get your quotes, most of them would have shown all these erroneous numbers where really that's not the case at all. And there were many others. Have a look at Pfizer here. Look at that, from 121 down to 73. Microsoft was all over the place. It went back and forth, high of 123, low of 29. I mean, obviously these aren't real. There's a couple of others like Cisco and even Amgen. So across the board on some of these Nasdaq stocks, just crazy numbers. Don't pay any attention to them. They will all be corrected. But pay attention to the Nasdaq market overall and whether or not we blow through these recent lows. And then take a look at those individual stocks like Apple, like Netflix, like Amazon. They're all in a similar state here. And if we start breaking down 101, Nasdaq could in fact lead the way lower for the whole market. We'll keep a very close eye on it, but that's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your holiday, and we'll see you on our next update.